Appreciate you. Yeah. Oh, what's up, y'all? I just I wanna thank you, especially you, for having me. So, this is my first time ever speaking in front of people. It was on I wrote this down as a goal before the year started to speak in front of people. Last year, I didn't think about doing none of this. So, last year is when I started my journey with financial literacy. So, 2021, I bought my first home when I moved here. I'm still active duty military, so I moved here. Then I wasn't even thinking about buying a house. Someone was just like, "Yo, buy a house." And especially back in 2021, 2020, interest rates was low, so I got lucky. Yeah, I got lucky. And then the person who sold me my house, he was in the military too. So I was like, "So you just made money off of me, and you in the military? How you do that? Put me on." So then, so he put me on. And then that opened my eyes to everything. Like my first real estate check was like 3-4 military checks. I was like, wow, this is how business people do it. This is how they really make money. And I want a part to that. Like, I don't want to be struggling $50K a year. And I do have 3 kids, which is ironic. I do. I do have 3 kids. So that's why I really gotta get my money up. So when I started doing real estate, I became an agent, and then I did sales, but something still felt missing. And then I realized it was because I was still in the military. I realized the military wasn't me. It's not what I wanted to do anymore. I get out in a few months, but during my financial literacy journey, you learn a lot about yourself, and that's the main thing. You got to know yourself first when it comes to getting money, because if you get money before you know yourself, the money's gonna become your personality. You don't want that to happen. I know y'all see it. Yeah, I know y'all see it. Especially coming from, I come from Jersey and Baltimore, so a lot of the perception of getting money was having designer clothes, you got a whip, but you still live in the trenches. But that was the idea of having money. People thought that was having money, but as I got older, I realized that's not money. That ain't no money. A lot of people are box themselves in because of how they grew up. As adults, it's okay to unlearn what we was taught by our parents. It's okay to learn new things. Like, that's the whole point of it. A lot of us are following what our parents told us without realizing it. Like, my pops told me to join the military. He told me do that 20 years. So I was like, oh, all right, yeah, that's what I gotta do then. And then while I'm doing it, I'm like, man, I hate doing this. All right, for real, like, I hate doing this. I hated doing it. And so when I started my journey, I started learning a whole lot about myself. And the main thing was tapping back into my foundation, which was when I first had knowledge of self. When I say knowledge of self, it was when I didn't grow up Muslim, but I was Muslim as a teen. That's when I started going down my own path as a teenager. That's like, it started early when I started going down my own path, where I started like, Mom, I don't want to go to church. I want to go to the mosque, you know? So when I was learning Islam, I was around a lot of brothers, a lot of black brothers. They had their own businesses. They did for self. And then that was my mentality for a while until I joined the military. Once I joined the military, I lost that mentality. So for like 5 years straight, I was just living. You know, I was just living until I got into real estate and everything, financial literacy and everything. That's when I started tapping back into my foundation. Like, I learned this when I was 16 to do for self, like, generate your own money. And when you make your own money and you start building your own wealth, that's when you start buying out buildings. That's how you start building companies. Start hiring out your people. Everybody in this room should be networking. Everybody should be following each other on Instagram, because he might 10 years be the top real estate investor in the whole Texas. And we connected. You know what I'm saying? My brother Ty Lit Webb. So that's my man, we go way back. I met him back in when we first joined the military. It's called tech school. We was in tech school training. We met back at tech school training. So we go way back 6 years back. And then we were stationed together for like the entire 6 years. And then that's like, he been my sidekick, man. That's my sidekick. Hey, that's my man's. That's my man's. I mean, that's my man's. That's my man's. That's my brother though. That's my brother though. A lot of what I do was inspired by him. Cause just knowing somebody's looking up to you every time, you know what I'm saying, you making a move, it just inspires you to go harder. And the floor is yours. Hold on. Hey. Collaboration. It's all about collaboration. This collaboration right here. Like we need to move as a collective. Everyone has a talent. Everyone has something to contribute. That's how you build generational wealth in the black community. Everybody working together. One person cannot build generational wealth for the entire black community. It takes us as a collective to come together and make that happen. So that's why I like working with my brother. Every time I do something, I'm going to put him on. Every time he do something, he going to put me on.